Eric,
Matt.
we're, we're back. We haven't done this in a while. We're going to do, I think, we decided to hop on and just do a end of year review.
An end of year review and predictions for 2022.
Yeah, because DM's been blowing up asking for our predictions of 2022.
Yeah, please tell us what's going to happen in the real estate market in 2022.
Yeah.
You guys are the go-to source.
Please we're giving the people what they want. We're giving the people what they want. And first, we just want to thank all our listeners. It's been an awesome year. We're going to get into like some of the guests, some of the things we've learned, some of the things we've had to overcome in terms of the content creation and the new format and the podcast, and why we think everyone should start a podcast. Not everyone, but a lot of people should start a podcast. So let's just jump into it here.
Let's do it. So this is I think we could start from the beginning.
Okay.
I don't know if people really understand, why this came together, how it came together. And don't worry, we'll be brief with this part. We'll actually get into like the content creation and everything. But I think it is interesting. We've been doing this for a year. We've probably only missed 2 weeks out of the entire year, posting every Tuesday, mostly on Tuesdays.
Tuesday and sometimes doubling up Tuesdays and Thursdays.
We've had a guest, 90% of the time, 95% of the time. And it came together because Matt and I always talked about collabing on something, whether it's just like a video or skit or text conversation or whatever. And we decided to do the podcast. And at first it was the Broke Agent Presents with Matt Lionetti as the host. So you hosted the first few episodes with Jordan Cohen and Ryan Serhan and Mauricio. And I was just
Maya Vander,
on
big
the
wig.
sidelines, scared.
That was weird because I would just like do the episode and send it to you and you'd watch it and tell me if it was good or not.
Yep. And we do like guest prep and everything before of like, what to ask them and how to interview and stuff. And then we did a couple episodes where it was just me and you talking. And then once we had Byron and a couple of my friends on, I was like, okay, I'm actually decent at this too. I think it should be both of us.
Yeah. And then we got a lot of good compliments on the chemistry and that kind of thing. And just kind of went from there. But it was weird. The beginning was super nerve-wracking because it's like our brands on the line. We want to create a good product and, make sure people like it and they're getting value and it's funny and all that stuff. So it was nerve-wracking at first. And we were doing things way differently at first. So we would plan for like an hour of what I should ask these people. And we'd research. And then I think we quickly found out once you came on and started co-hosting and we had like the co-host thing, that it was better to like still research, but not like get too in depth because we wanted to actually learn on the episode and learn like with the listeners and actually be able to ask questions and not know the answer.
I think we became way better interviewers as time went on and kind of like understood the cadence of how each person talks and when to pick our spots. And we could kind of look at each other and see, okay, Matt's asked a couple of questions. Now I'm going to throw it in there. If it's a content based, answer, I'm going to analyze it. If it's more real estate, comedy, something, you're going to analyze it. So I think that was really good. And I think at the beginning too, like you said, it was nerve wracking because like, why would people want to listen to someone who's just been creating memes for 5 or 6 years? And I think it was like a great, like, this is everything I've wanted to do with the brand is actually provide value to real estate agents and introduce them to guests and other agents and creators and brokers and, Instagram celebs and shit that people could actually get value from and learn from. And I think this is exactly how I've wanted the brand to go, and seeing if people would actually want to listen to it. The answer is yes, I think.
Yeah, I know the growth has been crazy.
Great feedback on it. So it was really scary just to be like, okay, you consume content, you look at memes and stupid videos, but do you actually want to go to a different platform and listen to us speak in long form conversations?
Yeah.
And not everybody, it's not like we have a million listeners, but it's definitely crushed.
It's crushing, and we're going to have a million listeners. We've had hundreds of thousands of downloads and stuff, which is fucking crazy in a year. And it's been really cool. And just like, just seeing the growth of it and what else has come from this. And the interviewing thing is like a real skill set. And it's actually helped me back into my real estate business, just talking to clients, which has been cool. And the podcast has helped me get business because people forget it's a form of content. It doesn't feel like it because you don't feel like you're creating anything. You're just talking to somebody, but it's a form of content. And I have like, about $3-4 million already in the pipeline next year from people who just literally commented off the story of the podcast. It was the Maya Vander episode. They said, "Oh my God, Maya Vander? That's amazing. We're looking to sell our house." Like,
it's huge.
Fucking easiest thing ever. Like I was doing.
I'm not getting any of that shit.
No, of course not. I mean, people aren't fucking insane. Our listeners are,
this podcast has lost me real estate business, if anything. It's the exact opposite.
It's gotten you completely out of the business. Yeah.
Where are my referrals?
No, but
I never get a message that says that. Hey, you're in LA. Crazy. I just saw your podcast. What's going on?
And that's like Maya Vander episode was early on in the show.
We went hard at the beginning with All Stars. I mean, we have them littered throughout, but Mauricio, Ryan Serhant, Jordan Cohen, Maya Vander, like,
you know what? At first we were thinking, maybe we shouldn't blow our load all in the beginning, but like, I think looking back, it was the right move because it created so much leverage. And that was the initial discussion that we had, was if we can get some big time people on, it's going to be hard for other people to say no.
And we've had no one say no.
We've had no one say no.
Yeah. For people starting a podcast, I think, that was one of the debates we had at the beginning is, do we want to build an audience first and then have on Ryan Serhant or Jordan Cohen? Or do we want to have them on first, like you said, where then it allows more guests the credibility to be like, okay, Ryan's been on it.
Yeah.
So we have to be on it.
And it doesn't even have to involve guests at all, though.
No.
Because as we started growing, like, we figured out that people actually really like our episodes. Like, those were some of the highest performing episodes, were the ones between you and I.
Yeah.
So
people appreciate the breakdowns, I think.
Yeah.
Of this process, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, but that's just one thing of it. I mean, the entire, it all comes back to being consistent. Like, if we were just posting every couple weeks or every couple months, like, nothing would happen. Now we have a fucking merch store.
Yeah. Merch has been huge. People, post pictures in their over-ask hoodies. So it's just done wonders for the brand. And it's just given us a completely different outlet, like you said, for content. And we recommend all agents, not all agents, like you said, but start podcasts, because you could break it down into so many different pieces of content. You have your clips, your YouTube videos, you put it on Spotify, you put it on Apple. You could do, questionnaires beforehand, ask the guests, have the audience give you feedback. It just gives you another thing to promote. And for me, especially with like my email list, I never knew really exactly what to send. And now I have something weekly to send. Yeah. And then I could do like an episode breakdown. You could do blog posts around your episodes.
Yeah.
So if anybody's struggling for content and you think you're good on the mic, or you have something to say, even if it's like a 5 to 7 minute podcast about your local market, just do it.
That's what I was just going to say. Like, it can completely
do wonders for you.
Local to your area. Like, it does not have to be. I think people forget too, like, you and I are on a bit of a different path. Like, we're promoting, like, I'm still promoting to get business, but I have like kind of two avenues. Like, I'm promoting to get business, but I'm also promoting for our brand as a whole. So like, there's two different avenues I'm going down. But if you're just looking just for business, you can niche down right into your market and have a podcast completely on everything that goes on in your area.
Yeah.
And like, people will be in, and like you said, 5, 7 minutes, 10 minutes. And those people are going to be interested in it. And that's how you're going to get business. It's like, it's crazy what it's done. But the relationships with the guests. Yeah. Like, that's another huge aspect to it, is now we have a network of 50 plus people that like us, and that we've introduced them to an entire new audience. We talked to Jordan Cohen on the phone. Like, he's an actual friend. He's the number one Remax agent in the world. And the guy sells Anthony Davis's house. Yeah. I call him sometimes. I just call him to talk. Like, and then also crazy.
those 50 people, that's 50 podcast reviews. That's 50 people that are also going to promote the podcast. That's 50 people that are more loyal to the Broke Agent brand and to like the Overask brand. So anytime you have guests on, and then we're getting invited on their podcast, we're getting more speaking gigs. Yeah. Like it just, there's so much that comes from this. We, have a sponsorship now. Like it's not just monetization, but just the value and the stuff that we're learning too, content wise, from all of our guests. So we also want to get into that and talk about, I feel like I'm being so serious now.
No, it's good. Like, I mean, it's good. There's a lot of
I haven't said anything funny in like 10 minutes.
No, nothing at all.
No.
It's the least funny episode ever, but
it is. But
I mean, we're just doing breakdowns.
Yeah, breakdowns
Here. The guests have been cool. We wanted to go over some of our favorite, what are we doing? Favorite moments, favorite highlights, favorite guests. What are we doing?
Shit we've learned, I guess.
Okay. Let's do how many? 3?
Yeah, we can do three each, back and forth.
Okay. You go first.
Okay. I think one of my favorite guests was Tessa.
Okay.
Tessa Bella, who I've worked with. She does social media consulting and marketing for real estate agents. She just had really practical advice for realtors. Like there's some guests that I really just enjoyed talking to. We're having a great time with. She was providing so much value in that 45-minute episode. Every agent should go listen back to that one. But she had great advice. Like we always talk about how agents shouldn't post just solds or just listeds and all these, templates nonstop. All they talk about is their announcements on social media.
Yeah.
She talked about how you could actually create a story around each announcement. And if you have a just sold, actually tell a story about, how it sold, how many offers, who are the buyers, what actually happened. Or you could do a carousel or a slideshow post that kind of breaks down all of your just solds of that week or that month. So I just think like the practicality that she delivered was really good for agents.
Yeah. My first one, I'm gonna have to go with episode 1, Jordan. Yeah. I think because it was just so new, and talking to someone who's that successful in the industry, and just like, and he's so different than what we promote and what we do in terms of how he gets business. He still does it like the old school way. He's like all about his listing presentation. And actually after that episode, he called me and like broke down his listing presentation. So it's kind of like a double whammy for me, because after that, and I was like, wow, I totally understand why he gets so much fucking business. Cause like his listing I said yes to list. I don't even have anything to list for him. Like that's how good he was.
What do you mean? He pitched you at a listing appointment.
He pitched me in a listing appointment, and I said,
"You're listing your house in Canada
right
with
on
him now."
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, so I mean that's number 1 for me.
Yeah, he was great, and talk about someone who doesn't really use social media at all, and is still just absolutely murdering it. It's crazy because not all we talk about, but our focus is kind of marketing and content.
Yeah.
And this guy comes on with just old school shit, and it was really good.
Yeah.
And just the most humble human on the face of the earth.
So sick. It's so nice. The nicest dude.
Yeah.
Okay. On the count of 3, let's do the next one. See if we get the same person.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Samir.
Ryan Serhat.
I knew you were going to say that.
Okay. Samir. Why Samir?
So Samir started the pages Zillow Gone Wild, Zillow House Shopping, or whatever it is. He has his own page, Samir, where he does these property breakdowns. He has Kale Salad, which is a meme page with 3.5 million followers or something.
Yeah. He's like a social media god. Yeah.
And it was
really cool.
You
were nervous in that episode.
I wasn't nervous. I was excited because this guy did everything that I want to do. Basically, he took like 3 or 4 accounts completely viral. So I think it was really fun for me just to hear his perspective on how he started all that, and how Zillow Gone Wild, which is basically what I'm doing, bad real estate picks, except a way better account that has millions of followers.
Yeah.
Just posting the worst picks he sees on Zillow.
Yeah.
And it went completely viral in a month or 2 months. And just how he leverages each one of his accounts, and how he comments on each of his accounts, and he stories each of his accounts and grows the following of his entire brand. I think for me, that was my favorite episode, one of my favorite episodes, just because it's everything that I'm trying to do. And it was really fun to hear all that.
Yeah, he's a genius.
Yeah. Like, and he's got such like a dry delivery too. You can't really tell when he's joking.
Yeah,
he never like smiles. But just like a super funny, witty guy.
Yeah.
Online.
He's got something going on. He knows exactly what he's doing. It's insane.
So Ryan Serhant for you, obviously.
Yeah.
You almost jumped out of your chair for that one.
I know. He's the reason I got into real estate.
Yeah, we know.
So it was just, I know. So it's just surreal to me. Like literally the sole reason I watched him, he was my favorite on $1 Million Listing. That's it. And now like Pat on the podcast, like we talk with him. I spoke with him. And it's just crazy. It's just like cool to hear his story, especially for like new agents. I think it was just a big episode for us.
Yeah.
For for all of Overask to have him on as
it's the Gary Vee of real estate, basically. That's like if you want your dream podcast guest for real estate, it's Serhant, Tom Ferry, some of the other $1 Million Listing people.
Yeah.
Us.
Yeah, definitely us. What are we? What's the fucking thing that we did? What's the fucking thing we did? I always forget
what thing. I don't know. You're being vague.
The fucking
we've done a million things.
When we did the me, you, Tom Ferry, and Serhant.
The Mount Rushmore.
The Mount Rushmore of real estate. Yeah, we're on the Mount Rushmore of real estate. Couldn't fucking think of that. Okay, we did 2. Tell me this. Tell me the guest you were most pleasantly surprised by. So this is someone who maybe you didn't really know that well. You're like, fuck, how's this gonna go? And then it just like crushed.
Ari Lionetti.
He crushed.
So former bachelor, now luxury realtor in Phoenix. Ari, you may know him from the episode where he chose Becca on the last episode and then switched to Lauren.
Yeah.
On like a bonus episode or like in the second hour.
Bonus, just like this podcast gonna be
diabolical move. So he obviously was hated by, all of Bachelor Nation and kind of was like this pariah, I guess, post-Bachelor. And, I saw him post like a year ago that he's a realtor. He came out with some huge billboard of him like kneeling with a rose or something like that, which is just such a typical move for all these Bachelor contestants to become real estate agents. And we've had a few of them on. They've all been great people.
Yeah.
But I was just so surprised because I didn't really know how that conversation was going to go. Is he going to think we're like assholes that we're going to like grill him on The Bachelor or something like that? But he was so chill, had such a good sense of humor. He was so easy to talk to. Like there's some podcast episodes that go on where we want them to continue and we could both see it where it's like, okay, it's been going 45 minutes, but we could go another hour. And then there's others where we're like, let's wrap this up.
Fucking cut the cord.
Yeah, exactly. So he was one that I just like enjoyed talking to him. I would hang out with the guy.
Yeah.
And he's serious about real estate too. So it was cool to hear that he was in real estate, in 2007, 2008, like before the crash, before The Bachelor. So he's clearly like a knowledgeable, like realtor on top of being this social media star and Bachelor.
Yeah. He was, I was very pleasant. He's not my pick, but very pleasantly surprised. And just a really awesome dude. I really enjoyed talking to him.
Yeah. Who was yours?
For me, I have 2. Jill Biggs.
Oh yeah, she was great.
I didn't know nothing about. I had no clue who she was.
Yeah. She's wacky.
She's wacky, and she fucking crushed. People loved her.
She's so good.
Really good. So I had no clue. I didn't really do any research on her either, because I mean, it's not like she has like a lot to like some of these other.
Yeah, she did.
Well, like,
I mean, she's she's
like
not a Bachelor
Serhant. You type in Ryan Serhant, and it's fucking all there. And then we started talking. I was like, "Oh, you're awesome."
Yeah.
You're like, and then the other one was Byron.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't know Byron at all. You knew Byron and you knew he was funny and like good to talk to. But back then, which his Instagram now is fucking awesome. But when I was looking at it at first, I was like, oh, it's another one of these fucking assholes who's telling you to like grind and wake up at 5 a.m.
That's not what he says. He does the 5 a.m. call.
That's all I looked at. And I told him that on the episode. I said, I was thinking you're going to be one of these fucking grind 5 a.m. guys. And I was so happy when and now we're like friends and we talk to him a lot and we have a course coming out with him. That's another thing what this podcast can do.
Yeah.
Crazy shit.
Exactly.
So
no,
Jill
Byron's the man.
Byron is the man. I fucking love Byron.
That episode, I want to redo it because my mic is flipped like this.
Yeah.
The entire episode. So it's basically like I'm not even using a mic. Like it took a year for me to get this ring light.
Yeah.
Eventually I'm gonna have a studio, hopefully. It took a little bit to get these mics.
We're getting
cameras. Yeah, exactly.
We're up in this shit. I mean,
better thumbnails. 2022 is going to be the year of upgrades.
So what are some of the highlights of this year for you? Just podcast, brand, everything.
I think Clubhouse at the beginning of the year was really fun. I think that's when we realized that the podcast was actually going to get legs, because we were Clubhouse crashing. As we called it. We were going in different rooms and just kind of taking over. We had great banter and rapport, but we're also dropping value. And that was really a fun way to get people onto this podcast, because they would hear us talking on Clubhouse. It's like a 3-week period where we would just do these Clubhouses for, hours, it seemed like.
Yeah.
And we met some podcast guests on there. It was just like good practice.
Yeah, it was really fun.
That was a highlight. And then you can give a highlight, and then I'll give another highlight. We'll just go back and forth.
Okay. So formal. I was just gonna pop off 3 in a row.
Yeah,
my 3. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna pop off my 3. Okay. So my 3 highlights of the year: starting the podcast, speaking in Boston with Ryan Serhant, and you coming down to Toronto.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. So those are my highlights.
Yeah, Toronto was great. We filmed for this real estate course that's coming out. Funny real estate education, and met Matt for the first time, saw his filming process. The guy is a acting savant, I would say. It was just cool to see you in action, cool to see you with the film crew, and just see how like efficient everything was. Like it was just 2 days.
Yeah.
For like 6 hours, 7 hours a day, just banged out so much content. It's great. This will all be released in 2022.
All the lines are very, very rehearsed. That's the key to it all.
Right.
Like I knew I would just look over that script whenever I had some spare time, or think about the lines and just think of how I wanted to deliver it. And then it makes for such a better process when you're actually there.
Because I've filmed some skits with some other people before in the past, and we kind of have like a general idea, but no script or anything. And it's just been a shit show. And you could just tell it takes like hours to even get the actual concept. But we went in with where we're shooting, what you're saying, the different outfit changes, the different locations, everything.
Yeah.
And it was just so efficient. So that was cool.
And that's what everyone should know when they're filming content for the new year and creating content. Like we got breaking news here. This is new year. And this, can you just explain, Eric? This is crazy.
New year, new us, Matt.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you want to make 2022 your best year yet, Matt?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, everybody does.
Right.
We're talking next level, triple your transaction volume, crushing the competition, kicking ass, closing deals, and taking names kind of success.
Oh, yeah, I want that.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you partner with Boomtown, the #1 rated real estate CRM. It's got the tools and tech you need to generate and convert conversation-ready leads.
To check out Boomtown and see how you can score up to $1,000, that's $1,000 in incentives. If you sign up in the month of December, visit boomtownroi.com/overask.
That's boomtownroi.com/overask.
#1 CRM in the game. Let's go.
Yes. I know a lot of people say, oh, I'm better off the cuff and I can just go. Well, no, you need everything written down. You need a script. You can improvise once you have the script, but you need to know where your beginning, your middle, and your end is, or else you're just gonna ramble for too long. So I know exactly what I'm gonna say, and I improvise a lot as well, but I need to know my points, and I need to hit those points. And once I hit those points, I can improvise and do whatever. But it makes for a way better process. It makes for you sound more knowledgeable when you're doing like market updates or whatever the fuck you want to do, because you're not hemming and hawing like a fucking asshole. So because you're not thinking of anything, you're just on to the next point. And that's another thing that I've done a lot in videos, like in all my skits and everything, because they're all off the cuff and like they're scripted, but I never say like and and that kind of shit, because you need to take note of that, because it sounds stupid when you're actually like doing like a real like professional video. When you're
not searching for what to say. Yeah.
When you're talking like this, it's whatever. But you need to take note of that when you're delivering your shit. And you'll notice that like Glenda Baker does it, Taya DeCarlo, like you don't hear that shit in their videos because they know what they're going to say. And they're just so like polished. And it makes a big difference to the point where when I'm doing my videos now, I can think of when I'm about to maybe say it and I'll just take a pause instead, because a pause is better than like that.
Mm-hmm.
So just a little tip. But yeah, it's super beneficial to be overly prepared when you're filming, because I mean, agents already say they don't have enough time to do any of this shit. So if you're just prepared, you can bang it out in an hour or two.
That's another thing we learned from this podcast, or at least I did, is the bulk editing aspect, or the bulk shooting, filming. Yeah. One thing we did really well at the beginning of this podcast was we filmed like 6 or 7 episodes right off the bat.
Yeah.
And that meant that we could edit them. We could pick apart like that trailer and kind of focus on how the content's going to go out, as opposed to actually filming the content. And real estate agents could obviously do this, you know, take an entire day, do 6-7 hours of filming, and then you have TikToks for the next couple months. Glenda Baker does this. Taya does this. Yeah. You can listen to those episodes. But, you know, that's something we should get on more. And we still kind of do this. We'll like bang out 2 or 3 in a week, and then have like a little leeway. But it is hard. Like if you don't have an episode, it's like, okay, we got to bang one out real quick, or we have to get a guest immediately and then film it and then edit it and then get the clips to an editor. Like there's a lot of shit that goes into this. So bulk filming will solve a lot of people's problems, whether you're podcasting or just creating content for your Instagram.
Totally. And I can't stress this enough. We had no idea. We still don't really have an idea. We're still learning.
Yeah.
Like people, I feel like, are just trying everything before it's released to be completely polished and like ready to go. Like in those 7 episodes that we pre-recorded, we were just learning on how to release them. We didn't really know how to release them.
Yeah, like, we just press a button on Anchor. We had no idea what to do with our thumbnails, our titles, the timing.
It was all learning. We literally bought these mics. That's all we bought. They're like $200. We didn't have this nice fancy setup, as you guys can fucking tell. Every guest has made fun of at least one of our rooms.
Yeah, we got to put on Zoom backgrounds or something after a year.
I know.
At least I could blur this shit out.
Well, I thought I was gonna be in my new fucking house by now, but I was gonna actually make a studio in the basement or some shit. But we're both still in condos.
Yeah. Still my mom's basement. Yeah. So. But yeah, that's been a really fun aspect of this, is like you said, we're good at content creation, good at Instagram, but learning what content works for podcasting has been a huge learning curve.
Yeah.
Like which clips do we use? Do we use funny clips? Do we use clips that provide value? What captions do we put on the clips? What do we title the YouTube videos? And we're finally learning YouTube now.
Yeah.
Like within the past month, I would say we're finally starting to realize that the thumbnail and the title is everything.
Yeah.
And not just saying over ask episode 43, Jason Pantana.
Yeah. Well,
we're not the Joe Rogan experience.
That's what we thought.
I know, we tried to model it off that.
Joe Rogan does it. So, I mean, yeah, that's cool. I mean, in the new year, I would love to, I mean, we've talked about this before, but like actually go out and like do a setup. Say we go interview Surin again, actually go to Surin headquarters and do it in person, like some big guests, and do it in person. Like, I think that'd be really fun, and like vlog all around it and shit like that. I think that's a cool.
Yeah. Like the Nelk boys.
Yeah.
You know, they have a massive budget, obviously, but that is such a game changer, is being there with the guest.
Yeah. Because
you get to see their reactions. It's way more visual for people to watch on YouTube. Because I mean, watching this on YouTube isn't that interesting. I bet most people just listen to it.
Yeah,
clearly most people by the numbers.
Do. Yeah, they do for sure. Just listen to it. I mean, yeah, because there's nothing to it. Even if, yeah, on YouTube, yeah, it's really just not great on YouTube. I mean, but
it will be though. We're changing it up.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, the camera quality is gonna be better. We will be doing some stuff in person, because we'll get together and we'll probably just bulk record a bunch of episodes as well when we're together, whether we're in Toronto or wherever. But that could be cool, because a couple podcasters do that, where they just go to their guest, and like you said, obviously it's a big budget, but we've got some things that will maybe help us.
Might enable that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So should be
Yeah,
good.
we're getting $1 million from Pfizer and Moderna to promote the podcast.
Yeah, so get your jabs today.
Yeah, exactly. But also with what the Nelk Boys do, and I sound like such a douchebag talking about the Nelk Boys, but they have such good content before and after the episode where they kind of show them talking to the guests. Obviously, it's like Shaq and Kamaru Usman or something like that. So people that are way more interesting than going to Byron Lazine's office and seeing where he makes his cold calls and does the 5 a.m. club. But it would be cool to get some footage of us meeting Ryan Serhant, for example, and doing like a little tour of his office and then sitting down for the interview and then talking about it afterwards.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely the move for next year. It's just everything's so fucking hot and cold with this travel shit right now. Yeah. It's like one month you're good to go. The next month, like we're going back into pretty weird restrictions right now. Yeah. But I think that's the move in the new year. And you will expect that. I mean, all I can say is 2022, we are just taking everything that we're doing now and we're fucking 10xing.
Yeah, we really are. We're Cardoning it.
We're Cardoning their shit. Okay.
Any other viral moments or highlights that you had? Like best video?
Yeah, I had a couple really good videos. Like not like that did very well. Right. I think the one that
the stand video.
Yeah, I think this year as well was Drake. That Drake video.
That's right.
So that was the first one that kind of popped off. He never called. Then he called some other fucking guy in Toronto.
To be the realtor.
See that? No, I mean, obviously. But the guy did certified realtor boy and fucking did some house in his hair.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I don't know. Fuck. I don't know. It was a good idea. And I was happy that guy met him. But Drake never. I did a full fucking video, cost me millions of dollars. Didn't get anything, but is what it is. Then I did Stan. Eminem also did not contact me.
Well, hey, we're talking about the highlights here. There's some good aspects to the videos too.
Oh yeah, great. Yeah. They did great for engagement growth. Got a lot of. I mean, the Drake video. What I was really trying to do was like just have like this funny like marketing thing that people could get behind, and that's why I said everyone to tag Drake. And like people still message me, oh, did he contact you? And it's just like a cool way. Stan just kind of blew up, and that was the first one where I showed you and you called me and you're like, this one's gonna like really hit.
So
that was cool.
Must have been a really good feeling when you got that call from me.
When I got the call from the BA. He just left me a voicemail, said this one's gonna hit. Yeah, this is it. The boom.
There is no better feeling than that though. When you work your ass off on some piece of content, you know it's gonna hit, and it actually does. Because usually it doesn't work like that, where you put in a ton of. I mean, Dan O'Neill just did this with his Grinch video, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
The only problem is it's a 3-minute video, and people's attention spans now are non-existent. It's got to be 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 60 max. And like when I watched this Grinch video, when he sent it to me, I was like, this is going to go real estate viral. This is going to have hundreds of thousands of views, 1,000+ comments. It's timely. A couple days before Christmas, like it had everything, and then just didn't explode because 3 minutes.
Yeah. My Christmas video did very well. It didn't get as many views. The most views I got actually this whole year were the 2 videos before my Christmas video, and they're both just like didn't think anything of either of them.
Right.
It was all done myself with my camera, like, and one got 194,000 views, one got 127,000 views, with like both got, over 800 comments.
Solid. Well, 400 of those are you commenting back to people?
No, not anymore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I see. We've Instagram collabed on a couple posts, so I got to see your commenting back in action.
Yeah, well,
you're a machine with that.
Helps you too.
Yeah, it absolutely does. I need to start doing that.
You fucking got it, man. It shows people that you're a real person. It shows them that you're polite. Yep. I love when people message me back when I say, "Oh, congratulations." I love when someone says thank you.
Yep. Doubles up your comments too.
I don't, obviously. When I comment something and someone just presses the like button, I'm like, you're a fucking asshole.
They may as well just not respond.
Right?
The liking is kind of passive aggressive. It's like when someone likes your message in a direct message.
Yeah. It's weird.
It's just saying like, hey, I acknowledge this, but I'm not going to take the time to respond to it.
Exactly. So,
although getting likes on a comment is good because then that comment gets placed higher. Like, I mean, think about how we've grown your page and the Overask page.
Yeah.
Is every time I post something, you comment something and Overask comments, let's get this guy on the podcast.
Yeah.
And as stupid as that is, it's been a content growth strategy. And that's probably been our number one way that we've gotten followers to the Overask Instagram page.
And there will be a shirt.
Yeah. Let's get this guy on the podcast. Next year. Exactly. And it's annoying, I'm sure. And people are like, God, this guy's just trying to, grow this account, but it becomes funny. Like
people don't know that it's your podcast. That's the funniest part.
Oh yeah. Someone the other day, I said, let's get this guy on the podcast to like Pete Davidson or something like that. Yeah. I don't even remember which one it was. And someone said, why the hell would Pete Davidson go on a real estate podcast? It's like, you're a fucking idiot.
Some of the comments, because I comment so much stuff on some of the Pete Davidson stuff. I have a couple like stock ones, like I tag Grant Cardone, or I'll ask if this is you. And people get like mad. I've had a couple people be like, no, it's not him. It's Pete Davidson. I'm like, yeah, I fucking know. Or like, I'll comment like, my most viral comment on yours was, I don't know, something about a check. And I said, the only check I see you bring it to the bank or some shit. I don't know. It got fucking more likes than your whole post did, but
it didn't.
It did. But then some people were like, well, why would you, I don't understand why you would do that. It's still like, and they go into this like in-depth. I'm like, dude, it's a joke. Like, I'm on a fucking the broke agent. I'm not commenting this on,
The comment pinning has been a game changer.
Huge.
Instagram has changed a lot this year for the better.
Have you already noticed the reels too?
Yeah,
you don't have to like click it, and they're already full size as soon as you get there. So that's huge. If you're not doing vertical content,
you're done.
Yeah, you're really done. And that was another thing that I told Dan to
His
go
was
vertical.
Horizontal.
Yep. And it really hurts because that was a great piece of content.
Because you feel like you're zoomed out when you're watching a horizontal video now.
Yeah.
You can't post those.
Yeah.
And IGTV is now dead, which is cool. So this is another thing that people don't know is our Instagram Overask didn't have reels until 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So we had to do IGTVs, which now IGTVs don't even exist, but we had to do over a minute long clips.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to get the cover photo, which now you can do for any video, but before you could only do it for IGTV.
Yeah.
So we had to get the cover photo. You're frozen. I know you're back. Thank God.
Yeah, you were frozen too.
But now we have reels. Now we have reels and life is good again.
So there's a couple things. I don't know if it happens on everyone's page because like the IGTV is gone, but I still get after about like a minute and 10 seconds, I'll still get like a watch more, a view more. And then when I click it, sometimes this happened on Dan's video. And this is why I think it didn't do well. I clicked it and then it restarted the video.
Mm-hmm.
And
instead of just starting off. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can now fast forward through videos, which is cool. Like you could actually put your finger down and like choose the spot you want to start. Yeah. And the preview is now longer than 15 seconds, which is also huge. So we always had to choose clips that had a good 15-second hook to it.
Yeah.
So like that immediate 15 seconds had to be good. Otherwise, no one would click on the video.
Yeah.
But that's how it is for any video. Like we're learning if you don't have a hook in the first 2 or 3 seconds, your video's done.
First 2 or 3 seconds. And like I always say with like the skit videos, it almost has to be a hook every 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Like
keep captions going so people could keep reading, anticipate something coming towards the end.
Yeah. So what I would recommend when you're filming video content for next year is what my guy does now, Brandon at Forest City Films. He's like the best. I love him. Try and get someone who's not in the real estate industry because they all look the exact same. Like everyone's video looks the same to me. So I got like Brandon focuses on like TV and documentaries and stuff like that. But what he does is he shoots everything in high resolution 4K. So then he has the option. He shoots it in horizontal, but he has the option to format it vertically, in super high resolution.
So you can put that on YouTube and on Reels.
Yeah,
and
YouTube
TikTok.
and Reels. And then he films it knowing that he's going to be formatting it, because sometimes when you format it, you lose a lot of, you might be cut off. So he frames it accordingly now. Because I say I need vertical and I need horizontal. So now he films it horizontally and it looks great, but he just frames it in a way that he knows it's going to hit. And he has this little thing that, like, it's probably a super normal thing. I just don't know anything about cameras, but he'll check the frame on the horizontal, and then he'll check the frame on the 1080 by 1920 or whatever I need. And he can like actually see the frame like cut out. So I'd recommend, if you're using videographers, to ask your videographer to do that for you, because it's huge.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, any other highlights from the year other than now we're both fucking filthy rich?
I think going to the Tom Ferry conference and seeing like the recognition, I know this sounds kind of self-serving, but
yeah,
seeing how much the brand has grown and the respect for the brand has grown in the last year, 2 years, was really incredible to see. So before, you know, I'd get some people come up to me and say like, hey, I think your page is really funny. But now it's like, this is a thing. Like the broke agent exists in the real estate industry, and it's going to continue to exist, and it's going to continue to evolve and keep providing value. So that was really cool. And then kind of capturing on viral moments has been huge for me. So anytime there's like a news story, whether it's a Pete Davidson joke or that lender brawl or something like that, like,
was that your most viral of the whole year?
I think the lender brawl was huge. It wasn't the best performing video, but just the way I handled that, I think, was important.
It was good. It was really good.
So for those people who haven't seen it, there was like this massive brawl in the lobby of some hotel in Atlantic City at this real estate conference, after this real estate conference. And lenders were literally beating the shit out of each other, bashing each other with chairs, punching each other in the face, screaming. It was in a food court in Atlantic City. And someone sent it to me and I posted it and did like a little news bit on it, and then posted all of the DMs of people that were actually there, kind of updating people on the story. And then Inman News used my entire Instagram story and feed as the source for one of their articles about it, which was really cool. Yeah. So I think capturing viral moments and just being timely with your content this year has been like my number one growth driver. Is anytime something happens, whether it's a Super Bowl meme or it's a Thanksgiving related post, like if you're on brand, or not on brand, but you're on topic with something that's going on in pop culture, it's going to give your content a significant boost.
Yeah. And we've seen that so much so that we actually have some content that we're going to be creating next year solely based on like timely things.
Oh yeah. Like if people don't know what to do for their filming and want to like build out a content calendar, just look at what's going to happen. Like you can look at, okay, Super Bowl is coming up in early February, so I could do a Super Bowl related ad or something like that. St. Patrick's Day in March, spring training, baseball is coming back. I think of everything in sports, but
no, but you don't have, it doesn't have to be real estate related at all.
No, I'm saying literally just look at the actual calendar. Yeah. You make it real estate related based off of what's happening.
Yeah.
You know, Christmas, obviously, New Year's content, resolutions, that type of stuff. Like if you're still posting about something, I'm not going to use Tiger King again because I've used that example a million times, or Squid Game or something.
Tiger King.
But that shit's old now and no one cares.
No one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Like you have to capture the moment within 48 hours. Otherwise, other pages would have posted about it already. Then your content's kind of dry.
And like, there's so much. Like, just think of even the littler things like Taylor Swift's new album. Mm-hmm. Like that was a huge moment in pop culture.
Absolutely.
Like you have, again, 48 hours to, and we were scrambling.
We were. I was like, I need a Taylor Swift post. I posted in the Discord, the Facebook group, everything. Like I posted some Taylor Swift pictures. Like someone captioned something for me.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, yeah, it's fun. We're always just me, Eric, and Dan O'Neill are just, we pretty much just talk all day.
Yeah. Just send each other videos, shitty videos that other people are doing.
Yeah.
And then also create funny content as well. But
we do that. But I think this was a great year. I love how the podcast's going. Love how everything's going. I really do appreciate everyone listening, and the amount of nice messages I've gotten the last week of like as the year's wrapping down, just people wishing me happy holidays and happy new year and just thanking me for the content I put out this year.
No one said shit to me. Who
really?
Who do you have in your DM saying all this stuff to you?
The nicest fucking people. I get like almost zero hate, which I thought I would get way more of. And literally people just being like, hey, like Matt, thanks so much. I really need
praising you and thanking you nonstop in your DMs.
Just at this last week, they're like, thank you for all the awesome content. Like really needed it this year. It was a tough year.
Sweet.
It was very sweet. I was like, wow, it's cool to see that, like, you know, your stupid fucking videos, you know, they're making people happy and like you're seeing some sort of result. Whether it's not, it doesn't always have, and that's what I always say. It doesn't always have to be like, oh, you're going to sell, you know, you don't have to always bring value, like in terms of statistics and market updates and stuff like that. Like making someone happy is bringing value as well. And that will translate back into, you know, whatever you're doing. So it's been cool. It was nice. Yeah, I meant to message you. I meant to send you a bunch of them. I was going to ask if you got any.
I'd like to see. I mean, I'm sure I have. The DMs are a little clogged
even
right
on the post in our top producers group in my last Christmas
someone
post,
literally just said the admin of this group should kill himself, which is me.
Someone
said that yesterday.
Yeah,
I think they were talking about me because I removed this
probably. But my when I was wearing the Christmas, did you read any of those comments?
No.
So many people being nice to me.
That's great.
Yeah, and some fucking I messaged you like 2 minutes late. This is another thing before we go. Sometimes it's not going to be perfect. Okay. We've had a lot of typos. Had a typo. I said, I don't know. I was supposed to say but I said bye. Got fucking 25 people messaging me. Oh,
those are comments though.
Those are comments. It's engagement and it helps. So you just got to roll with the punches because I messaged you immediately and I was like, fuck. And you told me to keep it.
Yeah.
Because we're very serious about this. I mean, if we're not getting the proper engagement in about 2 minutes, that fucking shit is gone and forgotten about.
Yeah, I wouldn't say forgotten about, but it's definitely gone.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it never gets a second chance. It's in our mind for about 2-3 weeks, but yeah, it's just been a good year. I think I really do mean that though. Everything we have done this year, we are going to 10x it next year. We're going to fucking 20x it.
2022 predictions
for the brand,
for real estate,
okay,
sports, crypto, whatever you want.
Okay, well, nothing on crypto.
Yeah, no, you gotta start getting into that shit.
Yeah,
every time it comes up on the podcast, you look like you're falling asleep.
Yeah, I want to.
You just start looking away and playing with your dog. Yeah.
Yeah, actually whistle them in. Okay, for the brand. I think we'll have one of the best courses out on the market.
Best.
Yeah. I think our podcast, I really do predict by the end of 2022, you're already like, you still have your license and stuff, but you're pretty much, I don't think I will need to sell real estate anymore.
Yeah.
From where it's going and what we've already done in the year. I think the merch is going to grow like crazy. And
Christmas sweaters went off.
Crazy. Sick.
Yeah.
I know. Thanks for buying those, guys. Holy fuck.
Although it reminded me what it's like handling customer service. Yeah. And the amount of people that would message me just saying like, hey, it's not going to come in time for my Christmas party on December 3rd. And they ordered it on like December 1st or something like that. Or people saying it's not the right size or it's the right size, but it didn't fit them or something. I forgot that. I mean, this isn't too many orders. 99% of the people are really happy with the merchandise, but that's something.
There's always a couple. Yeah.
I need to figure like merchandise is tough.
Well,
if you sell like a mug or a one size thing, you're fine for a product. But anytime you get a shirt or sweater, jacket, anything like that, there's going to be people complaining about shit.
Well, that's another one of my predictions. I feel like we're going to have an admin.
Yeah, I gotta hire people. That's 2022. I can't be handling 2.5 hours a day, almost not really a day, but during that time period of merch stuff.
Yeah.
Or, trouble working on a website or uploading stuff to YouTube. Like, it's getting to the point now where we need people that can pump out a graphic immediately, or that can, help us with some issue we're having, for sure.
Yeah. Yep.
It's taken 6 years to get to this point, but I think hiring someone in 2022 has to happen.
The ball's really moving. I predict 500,000 followers on the Broke Agent page and 100,000 on my page.
Yep. With some blue checks, possibly.
With some blue checks. And I would say at least 20,000 on Over Ask.
Yep. Yeah, so I would say those are good numbers.
Yeah. I think those are very doable numbers too.
I think YouTube, I want to get, 10,000, 20,000 subscribers on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe, like, comment, let us know you're enjoying the shit. So I really want to go hard on YouTube because there's tons of monetization in that. And that's just entire platform that we could be doing so much more on, whether it's vlogging, posting our speaking gigs, doing more fun skits and like long form content there. Like, that is ripe for the taking for YouTube, for real estate, comedy, entertainment, and value.
100%. That's another thing I predict is a ton of speaking gigs. Like, we've already been asked so much. Like, I think we're gonna have that's gonna be a real path for us.
Yeah, that'll be a big part of the business. And then figuring out like a fun presentation that we could do also. Yeah. Because we've done a lot of sit down interviews. Like, you actually did a presentation in Boston. But most of my speaking gigs have been kind of interview, like, tell us about the brand. How did you start it? Why did you start it? What works? What doesn't? How do you grow Instagram? That type of shit. But if that could evolve into an actual presentation where there's 20, 30 minutes of me actually saying something or us saying something in tandem, I think that'll be something good.
Yeah. I've always envisioned you starting it. And then like 3 minutes in, I just fucking the glass breaks from the Stone Cold theme song, and I fucking walk out and chug 2
what, like hit me with a baseball bat or something?
Yeah, a baseball bat with barbed wire. Yeah,
right, exactly.
Yeah, that could also be another prediction for 2022.
They're gonna hit me in the face. You're gonna bludgeon me in the face to
with a baseball
unconsciousness.
Well, I know baseball's your favorite, so
yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah,
I know the most about baseball.
Yeah, so there it is.
And then also, just general brand evolution. This is going to become a full-time media company. News, real estate news. Anytime I'm posting real estate news articles, they blow up on my Facebook.
We missed another one.
The Kanye one?
No, the fucking. Do you see that guy on The Real Deal?
Oh, the like serial killer.
Yeah,
I can't touch that shit. I don't know what to do with controversial news or death or politics or anything.
I know,
like that
but
yet.
I'm not saying to make fun of it. I'm saying
I know.
Talk about it. It's fucking crazy.
I know. I mean, I haven't even read the story,
but you've clicked on it somewhere.
I saw it on The Real Deal. Yeah,
insane. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I don't know. Fucking.
So we're gonna have a news division where we know how to handle this shit. Because if we could provide value, comedy, news, and we're doing so many different things on different channels, like Instagram, we're doing this live show where we have a quiz show now. We're trying to do that every Wednesday or every other Wednesday. Probably end up doing it like one more time. And then
we gave away like fucking $20,000.
I know, seriously. Dan's like, let's throw another $100 Amazon gift card in there. It's like, Jesus, man.
And then okay.
So we have the IG lives, then we have this podcast, and then on the Discord we're gonna do like Instagram audits and have guests on there and shit too. So the Discord is blowing up. There's over 1,000 people on there already. So I think it's going to become more community driven, and the fact that people are submitting me so much more content now has made my job way easier. Like, now I have all these resources where I can reach out to you and specific people. I have this guy, Sterling Granger, real estate creative, who makes unbelievable live action memes once a week. Yeah. And I'm helping him grow his following, and he's just creating ridiculous, like, high quality content. Yeah. So I think there's just going to be so many more people involved in 2022.
Because that's like what got you to the dance. Is the memes, but obviously you didn't want to just be a meme page. No. And now that people are helping you with that, now you can start branching out and do what we're doing now, and like to actually build the entire brand, and then that page eventually is just going to run itself.
Yeah. That's the bread and butter though. You got to keep that going.
Oh, like, absolutely.
It's like the Barstool account promotes all their other Instagrams, like that's exactly what we want to do with this. Is you have the broke agent promoting Over Ask podcast, promoting Bad Real Estate Picks, promoting Matt Leonetti, Dan O'Neill, Sterling Granger, like all these different people, so their followings get to grow, and then other accounts kind of break off away towards that, and then it's the most influential brand in real estate at some point, where in the news and the Real Deal are going to have to compete with eyeballs, because we're going to have reporters, we're going to have people, you know, at real estate conferences doing man on the street shit like that. Like this is going to become a huge media company.
Yeah, gigantic. And it's all the ball, like I think more than ever really got rolling this year.
Yeah.
Like,
well, the pandemic helped because and I guess it was kind of 2022, obviously.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of blurred the last year and a half.
Yeah.
But that really helped me just say, you know, real estate isn't going to be my thing. This is my thing.
Yeah.
Because there was like a lull there for 3-4 months where people didn't know what the hell they were going to do. So I was like, I can't bank on getting commission checks right now. I need to double down on this. And I've always wanted to do that, but now there's just so many more avenues of monetization and brand sponsorships and the podcast, and Instagram itself has evolved so much where you could promote so much more stuff on Instagram with links and stories. Like back in 16, 17, there was none of that shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you just have to do like a feed post. So like creators can now monetize their shit way much easier.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Yep.
I'm excited for this shit. I think it's I hope everyone else is excited too, because we got some big plans.
Yeah, when we say big things coming, we mean it.
We fucking mean it. We're not
we're not just switching brokerages.
Yeah, we're not this. Yeah, I was just gonna say we're not switching brokerages to have a new fucking listing. Okay.
Yeah.
We, you know, well, maybe we will. Eric might go to EXP. Really get into that.
Yeah, that's a way to make a shit ton of money.
Yeah,
actually.
There you
like go. If the media company doesn't work out, I am joining EXP 100% and just recruiting people.
Honestly, if the broke agent just like, can't get it off fucking in the air, just change it to Eric Simon. Get a stupid fucking headshot and just
EXP. Just start going back into real estate.
EXP Eric XP.
Exactly.
So there's it's good to know you have a backup plan.
Yep.
Yeah.
That will be the plan. So all the recruiters out there who I've spoken with and I've said, you know, maybe keep following up once every couple of months.
Yeah,
maybe
keep listening to the podcast. He might announce
exactly.
It. You never know what he'll announce. Yeah. Okay, well, hopefully you enjoyed that. It's a bonus episode, so even if you didn't, fuck off.
Yeah, this is a real episode.
No, it's a Thursday episode.
We posting this Thursday?
Yeah. What this?
No, we're posting this next week.
It's a real episode?
Yeah, it's a real episode.
Holy shit! I was doing this like as a fucking bonus the whole time.
Would you have changed your content around if it was real?
I would have changed the approach.
Oh my god. Nah, it's a real episode.
All right, maybe I'll cut that out. Cool.
Yeah, we'll cut this out.
It's a real deal. Well, everyone, thank you. This was real. I was joking. This is real.
Of course, this is real.
Yeah, this is real. Come on.
If you're watching on YouTube, throw it a like.
Yeah, smash that subscribe button.
Yep. And if you're listening on Apple, leave us a review. Let us know that you like the podcast. You want us to continue.
Yes. I mean, and thank you to all our guests, all our listeners. We only had like 1 or 2 completely unhinged guests on here. So
I don't know if they were unhinged, but just kind of duds. But you know what? You can't bet 1,000 in this business.
I was gonna say they're not all home runs. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for being on. And listening, you weren't on. And if you want to be on, give us something good. Again, we don't want to talk about fucking mortgage rates and different loan options. So have something good to talk about.
Has anyone requested to talk about that? There actually has been a couple loan officers that have reached out to us. A couple inspectors too. That might be an interesting episode.
Inspectors would be fun. I was actually thinking Brandon as well, our videographer.
Oh yeah.
That'd be a cool one, eh?
Yeah, it'll become more of a marketing podcast in general too.
Yeah.
Like we don't have to just have real estate people on.
Well, I want to know what people want to see as well. Like we were thinking about having someone who like a brand new agent, like 1 year in the business, to get their perspective.
Yeah, just some fucking idiot.
Just some fucking assholes done 2 leases.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're just know that we are constantly putting brand first, and we want to create the best content on every platform for everyone who's watching and listening.
Correct.
So with that,
we're also constantly putting America first.
Okay. Well, and Canada too.
Canada first and America first.
Canada and America, North America first.
Right. Exactly.
With that, y'all take care now.